Here we are coming to you with another episode. This is The Dinosaur and the Dude. By far, without fail, no contest needed. It is the podcast with the shittiest audio, but the most amazing content you'll find in the world. Brought to you with love and kindness, brevity and amazement that only two people can find as we shoot the shit as we do in a conversation with ourselves that we happen to share and let you eavesdrop on. Here we are with another episode. Thanks for listening. Enjoy.
Hey. Okay, I don't even, this is crazy. Why are you laughing? We haven't even said, I said, hey, that was it.
Oh, you did. You was like, I love you too. And I was like, oh, thanks. Did you like, hey? I was like, oh, that wasn't to me.
Wait, okay, call me your titties, and then we're going to talk about this.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Without losing your shit.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, you picked up, I heard you say, I love you too. And I thought for a second, I was about to say, I love you. Oh, I love you too. You're like, hey. I was like,
he heard I love you whenever he took up the phone, and he was going to say, I love you too.
And then when you said, hey, I immediately realized, oh, that wasn't to me. And I started laughing.
Right. That was to my awesome wife.
Yeah, I know. It all clicked. It all immediately clicked.
You got it. Okay.
So it was like instant clicking of,
That's hilarious.
It was like, hey, glad I didn't say anything.
That's like the handshake into the hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I was like, oh, hey, good. I didn't say anything.
You're like, that would have been weird.
Yeah, let me play it off. And I was going to say, oh, hey, but I just started laughing. So never mind. It's weird anyway. Like every attempt I made to not make it weird fell.
You do weird best. You just do.
Yeah, it does. Like that, by best, just automatic, just without any thought of, don't even, no
natural.
effort. Just
completely organic.
Yes, it's organic. It's organic.
It's fresh.
Organic.
It's fresh. Hot and ready all the time.
Organic weird. It's not artificial weird. Okay, so
speaking of being organic and weird.
Yes.
Okay, well, first of all, this is the Dinosaur and the Dude. I'm a dinosaur. Hey, that's me. And my guy over here, that's the dude.
Yeah.
And we have some shit to talk about, so we invite you to listen to us.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And it's going to be cool. We really appreciate that you're here.
Yeah.
And if you're not here, then get here as soon as you can.
Yeah.
And then just let us know when you've arrived.
Yeah,
if you could. That'd be great.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is the same. This is during the same episode 22. This is just 24 hours later. We're picking up where we left off.
It's 22B.
Yeah. So if you don't have a good understanding of what the podcast is about, that right there alone explains pretty much the format right there. That's the format. It's a good rundown.
At least we got it nailed down, you know?
Yeah, we got something. We got something that we could say is productive.
This is, if nothing else, is stress relief.
Yes.
For you and I.
Yes. And so 24 hours ago, we were talking about. I was talking about stuff that I've been experiencing, and in relation to.
Holy crap!
Elderly and mental health and all that, and then we had like this wonderful off-pod conversation that we're now going to dive a little bit deeper into that after this elderly thing. So let me pick up exactly where I left off 24 hours ago.
Okay.
So yeah.
So how's your mom and them?
Yeah, right. Like, let me just help kickstart it. Yeah. So I think that for me, it's a thing of where a lot of what people experience with. No, I'm not choked up or anything like that. I literally,
say, honey, let it out.
Yeah, I literally, as an adult, still have a problem with drinking. Fluid, not alcohol. You know, like as a child, you should have a problem with drinking.
On a 24-year bender.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
Yeah, as a child, you should have a problem drinking. As an adult, you should have that down. No.
People are really good at it.
Yeah, like sometimes I'm drinking water and this all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, come on.
I do it too.
Come on.
Exactly. How am I going to drown myself?
Yeah,
water?
I'm literally waterboarding myself. Come on. Come on.
Yes.
So I think that when you're dealing with talking to or helping or whatever it is that you're doing, taking care of or caretaking or however you want to call it, of elderly people, it's one thing. When you're related to them, it's a whole nother thing. Because in some capacity or another, you know of them prior to whatever condition they're in now.
Yeah.
And so it's
tough, huh? It's tough to see.
Well, it's that, and it's also it's mental gymnastics trying to detach how you knew of them from how they are.
Right.
Without being without holding it against them, taking it personal.
Right. It's hard. I'm sure it's very hard.
Feeling like sympathetic and judging them as being pathetic. It's kind of weird when you're having to juggle all those different types of reactions and means of how you perceive somebody compared to what you knew of them and how they were prior to that. And so,
well, good and bad, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot to process.
Yeah, but I think that for whatever good there is, it's easier to go to the bad because it's more and more of this different person that you have to deal with than the whatever good you had of the previous person. And it can be frustrating. And
for sure.
It can be grinding and draining and all those wonderful little things that comes with it. But, I can just put it all into a nutshell of it could be a lot of what the fuck. I think that one time I sent you a link to a Key and Peele skit about them having the same conversation over and over and over.
Yes.
Like one being able to handle weed, and he's like, you just said that. It is interesting how that type of continual conversation with things can be with elderly people, and then you throw mental health into it, or
neurological disorders.
Yeah, right, or dementia or Alzheimer's. It becomes even. It's another. It's a whole different species out there of it. But
you know what I wish? I wish that that you had the support that you would need to be able to take like weekend trips. Not all the time, but how many years has it been since you've been able to take a weekend for yourself? And don't say like it was last weekend because you wanted to meet up with somebody named Sharita Bonita down in wherever.
Ah, man, but Shebo.
Sharita. We call her Dorito.
Oh.
It's because she's Sharita Bonito.
Oh, okay. Okay. No. I'm gonna let you run with this person.
Smith is the last name. I mean. There was no flavor in that one, so we had to put it somewhere else.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, so really,
I think
time.
So it's an interesting thing with that because Jesus Christ, can I not choke?
Do not kill yourself.
Yeah, right.
Please.
Tomorrow, but not tonight. Come on, we gotta finish this episode.
Right.
So yeah.
If you drown it, you need to suck it up.
Right. So I think I think that it is interesting because all of the, and I don't know if you can see it or hear it, but it's definitely some air quotes when I say this. All of the support that you end up realizing what is and what isn't support, who is and who isn't really supporting. I can't tell you adequately, except for right now, the best I can, and how much you support me in ways that,
you mean like me?
Yes, in ways that the other people that were supposed to support me they haven't. It's nowhere near. And
don't make me cry again.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say it's time. It's time for me to do that. And I think it's interesting.
I'm so tough. I don't cry.
I know. Fuck you. You do. Whatever. I think that it's interesting because it's certain people that aren't even around me that support me more than the people that are.
You would think are, and you would.
Well, that we're supposed to.
Sure.
Okay. Let's just call it exactly on the level, not even a hypothetical that we're supposed to. And I think that the conversation I had went the way it did, and my response was the way it was, and like I even had to skip an episode, doing an episode with you, because it was just sort of like I had to get into a mindset of realizing, okay, so this was all bullshit, and these, when you realize the real ones that you have around you, and I know that's a very, very trendy thing to say. But really, the real people,
it's abstract.
The real ones, the real people, the real those that are really with you on things. When you realize that, and those that were playing that role real hard fall off, you get pissed off when they fall off because you've put some sort of trust or some sort of belief in what it is that they were saying, and then you realize
their intentions.
Yeah, and then you realize, oh, okay, so this
was all bullshit just to get me here, and now I'm stuck.
Right. And so, it got to that. That's why that conversation was so hard for me, because right then and there, like I was saying, I think I was saying to you off pod, but maybe I said it in the episode, but it might be in an episode that people can't really understand.
Here? What? Why? Why is that?
Yeah, right? Podcasts.
Oh my God. Speaking of, we need to talk sound engineering because I have a solution.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do.
Okay.
But that's not important right now. We need to go back to what you were saying.
So I think for me, it just becomes a thing, like I was saying, is that I start to realize that I need to mentally have people in a place and recognize, and I'm going to be a certain way with them and leave it at that. Because the relying or trusting or recognizing them to be actually of what and how they're saying they're going to be,
and should be.
It's not. I'm putting energy and stuff, and everything became really, really crystal clear, and I'm thankful for that. It was painful to see that, because a lot of the stuff that I had to like dampen in my own mind of not being kind of pessimistic, paranoid about certain things of people. When those things become validated, it's a level of pissed off that I get that I rarely get with people. And
I'm mad, and I'm not. This has nothing to do with me, and I'm mad for you. Like, give me numbers. I need to test this. Like, I'm going to go and fucking talk to somebody.
So it becomes a thing of where you're like, I don't have that connection with anybody, but I'm going to go ahead and talk. I'm going to play nice, because for me, once, as we talked about before, for me, once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Once this shit is done. I mean, I don't know if you can say I burn bridges. I definitely don't go over that. I don't use that bridge anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that connection might be there.
Like, it might be there, but you're going to avoid it like it has to play.
Right. Like, I might have your number, but I'm never going to call you.
That's only so that I know not to answer, because I won't remember.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm going to have your number so that I know you're calling me.
Yeah, exactly.
So that, because I'm not going to delete your number, because if I delete your number, you might call me and I'm like, oh, who is this? Hello? You know, or I might, that's not true. I'm not going to answer a number unless I know who it is. But,
that's true. Me too.
But if you call
when you were little and people used to call your house and your parents would wait for that voice for
you screen the call.
Recorder to pick up and you're like, just answer the fucking phone.
You're screening the call. It's like, okay, look, just okay. But yeah,
so anyway,
like if you call me and stuff like that, it's just like, what the fuck? Why are you calling me? And I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that I guess they has me in that mindset and why I do that. And, you know, we don't have enough time in the evening to go over my mindset in regards to those types of things. But it's my reaction to things and people. And that's just how I've been. I used to not be that way. I used to be like, okay, yeah, bygones be bygones. Let's give it a go. And then, you know, the more and more I just see how people use that, I stopped. I stopped putting the energy into making a relationship, a friendship, a trust, or however we're acquainted, making that work. Like, it's people now to this day that I don't connect with like I used to, because it's like, I was the one that was always making the call. Hey, you want to hang out? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do that? But if I leave, but that person was never reaching out or connecting with me, and it becomes one of those things.
Exhausting.
Yeah, it becomes one of those things. It's like I'm engaging with you. I'm wanting you around, but the opposite isn't the case. So that's that. You know, that's going on.
So I have had somebody that. I've had that situation with where I had to sever the friendship because I was just like, I can't. I mean, I have abandonment issues anyway. I mean, don't tell me you're going to be somewhere and you cancel at the last minute, or I don't hear from you, or whatever. I mean, fuck. Just if something comes up, let me know. I'm pretty tolerant. I try to be patient.
Yeah.
And I try to make light of things, you know, where light can be made, but. It's just so much. Like, I don't even want to put the energy in scheduling anything.
Yeah,
because I know that you're just not going to be there. So this one friend I just stopped talking to, and she called me from another number, and I didn't know who it was, and she was like, oh, you know, hey, blah, blah. And I was like, oh yeah, hey, and then I just felt like I wanted to get her off of the phone. I was
just going to say, in the back of your head where you're like, I shouldn't have answered the phone.
Damn, I know. I know. And I told I told her, I was like, well, yeah, maybe we can get, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there, have some of the medicine. And I know that's shitty, but I feel like it's validated.
You're right. You are validated to do that.
So, and that's okay. Boundaries are okay. I've learned a lot about boundaries in the last couple of years. So,
I mean, you got to have your own, because that's the ones that that you're going to live in, and
well, yeah, and hurt in. Like
yeah, exactly.
My boundaries to my son.
Like you got to be comfortable with that.
It's breaking my fucking heart right now. I miss him so bad. Oh my God. I miss him so much.
I think that people just kind of. I think they take a lot of that stuff for granted in regards to this person will do that. This person will. They'll call me or we'll hang out. And they'll set up the day, they'll set up the time, they'll set up the place, they'll set up the location, and I'll just show up.
Right.
And yeah, to your point as well, I had a much closer relationship with a person, and they were. It was the same way, or hey, want to meet up? Yeah, let's go ahead. Where you want to meet up? Okay.
Let me call you back.
Okay. Let me. How about? Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. You want to meet up there? You don't want to think about some place else? It's like, okay. Well, what about this place? And I'm coming up with all these places. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Why don't you pick?
But they can't tell you.
Yeah. Why don't you pick? Yeah. No, man. Wherever you want to go, that's cool with me. And then.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we go to hang out. Hey, man, I can't make it tonight. Blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck, okay. Did you leave already? Yeah, I'm walking in right now. So you're not here. Okay, good.
Right.
Okay, awesome. I'll just be that dude sitting here waiting. Cool. Nice.
I think it's about respect of time and just.
Yeah, and the person, the respect of time and the person. You know, because as you know, if and whatever it is. Someone that I'm really close with, any and whatever time I have, I freely give it. I don't expect anything back. I don't hold that, hey, you're taking up my time or something like that. Against that's right.
Oh, so I can stop this log that I'm keeping track of over here?
Yeah, right.
Because sometimes it feels like that, right?
Right. And
okay.
I think that it's though some people. So when you get to the point where you start to realize, hey, I'm doing that, but they're not, then you start to think about that stuff. It's like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. I'm driving over to their place, picking them up, and then taking them out to where we're going to go.
I have to pay too, right, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, it becomes this, what the fuck?
Fucking beating. I could have stayed home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be put out. I wouldn't be emotionally, physically, or financially put out.
Yeah. It's like
it sucks to have that realization, but it's so important that you do.
It's a really interesting thing because I've led over to everything, not just friendships, but also relationships with different relationships, or whatever the level of it is, whether it's
like family, friends, work, whatever,
or any kind of dating relationship where it's like, hey. He's like, oh, I'm starving. I'm going to eat somewhere. Okay, where do you want to eat? I don't know. You pick. I don't want to pick. Oh, I'm starving. I'm just going to die because you're not feeding me. Okay, we're going to go here. I don't want to go there. Okay, well.
So I have a solution to this one.
Yeah, okay, cool.
The first time that somebody asks you that, and they're like, oh, I'm so hungry. You go, where do you want to eat? And they go, I don't know. And you can look at them and go, look, this is what I'm going to tell you one time. The next time that you ask me this question and you don't have a suggestion, we're going to one of two places. We're either going to a McDonald's or we're going to a Waffle House. And at that point, I choose. So you can either have it scattered, smattered, splattered, and whatever, or you can bring something to the table.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about needing everything. It's about putting in the work.
Well, we're going to go to a strip club because I heard the food is good.
Legs and eggs, baby.
I heard the food is good. Oh, my God. You're going to go there and watch women do that? Like,
yes, because I'm not comfortable taking you to the bar where I watch the men.
Yeah, right. You're like, have you ever had the food? Have you ever? I'm talking about the food. Oh my God!
I've eaten it off of the stripper.
You're just wanting to go. You're just wanting to go so you can have someone rub their tits in their face. It's like, technically no, because there's no touching in a lot of places. Oh my God! You know the rules. I mean, I feel like I feel like you're fishing, and unfortunately for you, you're fishing with a fish that doesn't mind being caught. I'm not going to dance around the whole strip club thing. If we want to play, I don't know where to go.
We've all been there. Fine. It is what it is.
Christ, have I? Honestly, and this is an odd segue from elderly people. I get it. Everyone that's listening knows. We get it, but everyone listening though, they're like, I thought they were talking about. He did mention dementia and Parkinson. Why are we talking about strip clubs?
Oh, that's hilarious.
We'll get back to it, everybody. But in any case, yeah, strip clubs are amazing.
We have to kind of go with these rabbit holes.
Yeah,
or we'll get lost in other things. It's wasted opportunities.
Strip clubs are amazing. I think we've had a conversation about the bachelor party, the last bachelor party I set up at a strip club. But strip clubs in general are amazing. Strippers are interesting to me.
For what it is. So for me, they're amazing for what they are.
Yeah.
I'm past that stage of my life, so I don't appreciate it anymore.
Yeah.
But there was a time when I appreciated it very much.
I don't know if I am.
You're not over it yet?
Well, I mean, like, I was never that type of person that was every weekend I'm going to a strip club, like.
Yeah, me neither. 2 or
3 times, and but I knew people that was like, oh yeah, man, I'm at the club. You knew it was a strip club. There was nothing else, or they only fucked around with strippers, or they were steeped in that crowd. I was just sort of like, I was like always, oh okay, yeah, sure, we can go to a strip club, okay, and that was that, or I'm out with other people and someone at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Hey guys, let's go to a strip club.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've never planned to go to a strip club. I don't think.
Yeah, like I was at, like one time I was at a housewarming party, and all of a sudden the host was like, "Hey, you guys want to take this on over to the strip club?" Okay, yeah, and I was like, all right, yeah, that's
oh well, fuck, that could have went a lot of different places.
Like everybody at the housewarming party was like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
I thought maybe stargazing would be kind of cool.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. I was like, oh, okay, so we're not, and I'm the only one sitting there. Was like, and the guy that I was with, he was like,
they fucking in the car already. Yeah, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the guy I came with, that was his friends, okay? The guy I came with, was his friends, and he's like, yeah, let's go. And I was like, wait, so I'm sitting there going,
but there's punch.
I'm sitting there going through all the housewarming parties I've ever been in my life. I was like, none of them have ever part 2 at a strip club. None of them ever, the husband and the wife, say, yeah, let's go to the strip club.
Let's go.
And all their friends unanimously, yay
well,
that vote.
They're joking with equal yokes, right?
Yeah, yay that vote. And they're all like, yeah, who can I drive you guys? Hey, yeah. And I'm just like,
who's driving? Not me.
And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going, so I'll just follow you guys. Yeah, just follow us. Harry, get that wine jug because it's BYOB. Oh, okay, cool. And we went, and it was a blast. It was hilarious. I was like, fuck it, it's not my house. I'm just coming in here for food, whatever. I'm sorry.
Right.
Anyway, all that being said, elderly are a drag.
I was fixing to piss on myself if you said. I thought he's not doing it, but you did it. Good for you.
Yeah. I think that all that being said, I don't have a weekend where I can just.
No, when is the last time?
Get that? Yeah.
Has it been years?
Yeah.
Like more than 5 years?
No, I won't. No, not more than 5 years.
Okay.
It's been since the start of the pandemic.
So, what happens if you have somebody that is super close to you, and no, I'm not talking about me.
Yeah.
That you want to go and spend the weekend with and hang out with them because you love them.
Right.
That can't happen.
It's a lot of coordination for that to happen.
Here's what the coordination would be, honestly, for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making videos of everything that I'm doing so that you have instructions whenever I'm gone. I'm leaving on these days. If you're ready, great. And if you're not, then you need to make arrangements to happen.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So that's a good way of putting it. And that's a great.
Is that wrong? Did I overstep? I'm sorry.
No. It's
but you deserve so much more.
It's a different approach. Like for me, I don't have that mentality. I have that fuck it mentality that immediately.
But you also don't. You know that your heart would hurt if they were suffering because you weren't there. But if you take videos and you leave them and you leave notes and you have everything planned, they have no other reason than I'm sorry. No. I'm just a piece of shit.
Well, no. Here's the thing that. So here's why fuck it comes to mind more than everything for me. And it's not just because I'm a dick and I'm going to say fuck it instead of coming up with some other alternative like that, like what you were just saying. Because things were already said to me in regards to, we're going to look at how you do things so we can go ahead and get an understanding of how to go about doing things in the morning. And just in case you want to go off somewhere. So we're gonna come over. We're gonna look at these things. We're gonna help. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that, and spend the day with you. Spend the night, and go through the whole morning and evening routine, so we can get an understanding of how to go about doing it. And we're just gonna shadow you. You just do your thing, and that has never happened. It's just talk. So for me to then say, like with the scenario you were just pointing out, I'm gonna shoot a video. I'm so past that because I'm like, you wouldn't even do the effort of what you were telling me you were going to do. You didn't even what you were telling me you were going to do. You never did it. And
you never followed through with it.
And in that conversation that we later had all together, and I mentioned the fact that this was said and never done, and the response was, we don't need to look at what and how you do things. Because you got it. Well, that and also sort of like this, we'll just figure it out. We'll figure out our own way.
Okay, I would do bye.
Okay, exactly. That's why.
But so here's the thing. I would be like, yes, okay, bye. But I would also have a contingency plan. Because we are talking about two people that you take care of. Right. And one who absolutely cannot just fumble their way through the day.
And here's how the elderly, here's how, let me pull that back, because there's maybe one person listening saying, that's a blanket statement. Okay, here's how my elderly think.
There you
go. You need to go ahead and just have some time to yourself, and don't worry about us. We'll be fine. You can't even remember if you have the oven on or off.
Right. So that shouldn't even be a question.
So
you can't take into consideration what that you can appreciate that they're like, that's very sweet that you're thinking of me that way, but it just can't happen. It's not even an option.
Right.
But for your own sanity, there has to be a break. Yeah. There has to be a break.
Yeah. So for
me, dude, come on, really.
So for me, it's one of those things where it's now to the point where it's like, if I get a break,
Duck, is that what you said?
The question is, do I just disappear?
Fucking shit, man.
I mean, do I just,
I just wanted to have lunch with you.
Right. You're like, this is just a long-winded way of saying, can we have lunch?
I was thinking maybe,
I was thinking
you visit for a weekend. I'm sorry.
I was thinking we were gonna have. I was like, can we do brunch? Like a brunch at La Madeleine, and laugh again at the whole syrup pancake tattoo, and then Cheesecake Factory at night, and then. Oh wait.
We can have a whole day planned.
Oh wait, you're just gonna You're just gonna put a knapsack on your back and hobo hitchhike all the way up to Maine or some shit? What?
Right? You're just gonna keep like an ever ghost. I'm gonna know that you just fucking you did it.
You're just gonna exist by way of postcards, some scenic postcards.
Right? You're gonna fucking DB Cooper that shit.
Yeah, like,
just be gone.
Hey, I got a postcard from Saskatchewan. Who's it from? It doesn't say. Oh, I know who it is. What? How do you know who it is?
Who is it? I'll be like, it's Mr. Winkle.
Yeah. It's he's still out there. As long as I'm getting these scenic postcards. You know? As long as I'm getting these scenic postcards of this weird landmarks, this place, he's still out there. Okay. It's like, wait, what? I'm getting this postcard from the Garden Gnome Museum. I didn't even know one of those existed.
I love it.
He's still out there. Okay. It's like some weird kind of.
The world's largest peanut or something.
Yeah, he just totally
like, I got him. He's good. He's
totally
good.
Pieces out.
I'll be like, I hope he comes back. Maybe
right. Meanwhile, you've got like this world map. And all these weird scenic postcards, thumbtacks to it.
Mapped out.
I'm
tracking you. I will find you.
Well, depending on the postcards, he should be in Budapest now. So.
Right. His trajectory.
Yeah, exactly. Keeps going on this path. Oh, look. He did a right turn to India. You know.
I'm going to go ahead and need to have a copy of all of your credit cards if you don't mind, just so I can track you.
No, that'd be the thing. Like, I just go completely off grid. What? He's only using cash. How is he getting cash?
How would you get cash? Obviously, but sell my ass.
Yeah, exactly. How is he doing cash? He's a hobo gigolo. He is a hitchhiking gigolo.
Very popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to find out. Sorry.
Touring the 48. I don't know how I'd make it to Hawaii, and I'm sure as shit not even trying to get to Alaska.
Trying for Alaska.
Yeah. Sorry for anybody listening to Alaska. The last time I looked, nobody was, so fuck it. I just can't make it to Alaska, man. I mean, it looks awesome. It looks like it'd be a great challenge. It's just way too much shit.
It's way up there.
It's way too much shit going on in Alaska. And by way too much shit, I mean cold. It's just way too much happening.
It is. And mooses.
That's okay. Like seeing majestic animals, amazing.
Majestic until it's coming at your ass.
Amazing. But I can do majestic online. I don't have
think you could be in front of a moose and not shake yourself? Because I don't know that I could. I don't have that kind of confidence.
You know what my problem would be is that I would look at a moose and I would try and figure out how can I ride that? How can I ride that? I don't know if it's like too much sci-fi, too much fantasy, too much playing D&D. I don't know.
I don't know if that's sci-fi. Unless
if I put
in the outer space.
If I put armor and at least one laser on it, yes, it's sci-fi. It's sci-fi.
Great, I can order those from Temu, and we'll just wait for them to get here.
If I put an LED saddle, if I put an LED lights on my saddle, it's sci-fi. So yeah.
It's sci-fi.
So yeah, I think that with my elderly, it's just one of those things where it becomes it is a very I have to really isolate myself from. I have to keep myself in check because I don't have the patience for bullshit. And when I get to the point where it is a continual amount of bullshit going on in a repetitive way, like it's the same thing every day. It's the same Monday through Friday. It's the same damn schedule.
Right.
And so about the end of the day is a fucking Steve Harvey's Family Feud. But when you start to realize that you're watching the same families over and over.
Oh no.
And you know the answers to the that they're going to give to the questions. But the person that you're sitting with is giving the same responses to the questions like they're brand new.
Yeah.
That's when, and having that conversation where he's like, did you think it was? It's like, yeah, you said that the last time. And now I'm to the point where it's like, yeah, you said that the last time this family was up here. You responded the exact same way. I was like, it's amazing that you're responding the same way. The consistency of how the brain responds in regards to, like, you're giving the same reaction as if it's the first time you've heard it, but it's like the fourth. But you're responding to it like it's the first time you heard it, but it's the same way each time. And it's interesting to witness that.
It's also interesting from a neurological standpoint that the body somehow, something in the body triggers you to know that response, but you don't even realize, you're not even cognizant that you are having that response, or that you had it previously.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely. It's interesting because one of them has dementia and Alzheimer's, so you kind of like...
One of your parents?
Mm-hmm. So you kind of like, okay, yeah.
I'm not peeing. This is my pee. Hold on.
No. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's the tea. It's the tea.
No, but I did take a shit earlier.
Props to me because nobody noticed. I'll flush later.
Hope I remember that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, continue.
The sewer's backed up. Oh no, I forgot the shit. No, false alarm. It's me. Yeah. So it's an interesting thing because one has these conditions, the other is getting there and is in denial of it.
Sure. I'm sure that it's easy to be in denial of it. Next month I have an appointment with a neurologist.
For the same thing?
I don't know. My memory is going. It's just, I don't know if it's all the head trauma that I have.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. That's a factor.
It's just the ADD, which is also a factor, or my grandmother did have Alzheimer's. So, I just have to, I don't want to be afraid of finding out if something is going on, and hopefully there's not. Maybe hopefully it's just, look, you've had how many concussions, it's going to happen, right? Right,
yeah. Concussions are a motherfucker. They're lingering.
Like a ton of them.
Yeah, they're a lingering motherfucker. It's insane how much damage it does to the brain, and people don't know.
And then long term, you don't even realize.
Yeah, the long.
I mean, I've had well over 30.
Jesus.
Well over.
Jesus. Okay, I don't know how we're having conversations.
I'm like, right, I should be like a mush mouth right now. But so I'm going to get it checked out because I'd rather know it and get ahead of it than, and if let's say that it was Alzheimer's. Yeah. Or very beginning. There's medicines now that you can get put on that can help elongate it, or there's herbal medicines that you can take to help prolong.
To at least not let it be to at least make it more of a gradual descent as opposed to just a fucking roller coaster ride down.
Right. Because you live with it.
Oh yeah. And it's the denial of that.
And it's very nice of you to take care of your parents because they need you.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think that they would get taken care of if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of what you just said right there that has a lot of shit behind it.
I know.
That we kind of touched on earlier, but not really as deep. But I'm going to finish the statement that I was doing before because I know that that's a rabbit hole that we will never come out of.
Okay.
I see you, hole. I'm gonna. Nope.
No.
Nope. You look very tempting to jump
Enticing.
in. Yes. But in any case, I think to touch on what you were just talking about, seeing that firsthand myself, and then just like fuck, Jesus Christ, yes, you've seen this 4 times, yes, 8 times. And like watching the same shows over and over.
Right.
And like
for him, it's enjoyment, but for you, it's a fucking beating every time.
Every weekend.
Is it recorded shows and they just watch them over and over and over? Or is it what's organically coming on TV?
Yeah, so it's organically coming on. So like,
but there's so many fucking episodes of it. It's Family Feud for days.
Yeah, so Family Feud will come on like, and they'll show like 3 to 4 episodes back to back.
Right.
And so,
which I love Family Feud.
One of those,
Harvey, great.
One of those will be new, but then the other 2 or 3 will be previous episodes from before. And so it's explaining the same thing over and over. It's like, yes, they have the same clothes on because they're doing multiple shoots. Yeah, yes, that is a valid answer. That I just get to the point where I'm a time traveler, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like telling her before, okay, that family's going to lose. How do you know that family's going to lose?
I'm clairvoyant.
Because we've seen this episode before.
Let's go to the casino.
We've seen this episode before. We have? Yes, we have.
Oh.
They might win this time. That's impossible. That's impossible. No. That's not possible. I think
if they win this time, I'm going to walk right out of this house.
God,
and live the best fucking life I can because I am dying.
If that happens, holy Jesus. Yeah, I think that that's the thing for me is where you start to see that, and then you're just like, fuck, this is no. And then the reverse happens, and to touch on what you were just talking about, the reverse happens then, and you're just like, if this is like preface to what will become of me, what I do not want is,
right.
I do not want this just living on a loop,
right?
And not knowing.
Well, when you're
living on a loop.
Shame on. There are people in your family, in your life, that should be stepping up to the plate, and shame on them for not doing that. And if you were to just walk away, I understand that some people would be like, well, that's shitty, blah, 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 blah. His family needs him, blah, blah, blah. Well, he put in the work, okay? And it's getting to the point where it's mentally affecting him, and that's not okay. And you've avoided this forever. So now it's your turn, and there's not an option. That option, you let it run out, because you could have been nurturing him this entire time, saying, hey, once a month you need a weekend, whether it's just staying at the house but running your errands and going to the park and, going and seeing whoever out of state or going to see some friends or whatever. Instead of doing that, they've been on your ass, expecting you, wanting and taking and taking and taking. And what you're giving them, honestly, is a charity, because you're doing something for them that they don't want to do. I mean, that's obvious.
Well, yeah.
If they did, they would have already.
No, it's. I'm not refuting.
That's what's infuriating me.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's what I hate for you.
Oh yeah, I mean, and so for me, it's trust. It's equally, it is infuriating. I won't say equally. It's infuriating because, it becomes a total perspective masturbation on regards to like, the level of which it affects you versus me. But
sure.
I'm fully aware of it, and I think that for me, it is one of those things where it's like going into a situation with, albeit an agreement of, okay, I'm going to do this, you guys do that, okay, I'm going to do this, right. Okay, we did that, and then to see that none of that comes into play, none of that happens, and
right.
then when you call them out on it, it becomes oh, that was never said. That was never, no. Why would you even think that we would do that? That makes no sense. I would be
like, this is now, though. This is now. This is what we're doing now.
And it becomes okay. So I was like so pissed off in that moment because nothing towards you. I never felt like unpacking it all with you because it was one of those things where I didn't want that to be something that just totally overshadowed everything that we talked about.
Are you kidding me? There's far too many rabbit holes for that to ever happen.
Right. But at the same time, it's just sort of like I want to enjoy our time as opposed to just railing on and getting super fucking pissed. But in any case.
But here's the thing: if this happens one episode or two episodes,
right,
then you're good for a while.
Yeah, right. I think that.
I mean, fuck, you got to feel like somebody's listening to you, right?
No, and I know and that's why I was saying in the beginning that the people that like you really do support me in more than just that capacity. More than just that capacity. Okay. So what I'm saying though is like you get to where you start to realize that was you're like sitting with people and you're saying to yourself, and me, I'm just super pissed, livid.
Sure.
And I'm just like, okay,
I understand. I would be too.
So you're gaslighting me,
uh-huh.
lying to me, and then trying to come off as the person that is trying to patch things together and come up with a way of resolving things in the moment. Okay, let's figure this out now. Okay, this is completely okay. So you had this thought, and we had this thought, and you know, we should have done better to communicate to make sure that we were on the same page. But here we are. So let's just deal with here we are now. We can't do anything about that right now. We can't do anything about that stuff.
And here's where we're at right now. This is going to happen in 2 weeks. I'm gone for a weekend. I'm going.
Well, see, but I've already seen that that's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Like
but then just go.
Yeah, and that's where we get back to me with the postcards. Because me just going.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
Because me just going equals gone. Like
not that if you would show up, they would be like, no, go away. We don't want you here. I mean, of course they would be like, thank God you're back.
No, I don't care.
Right, I know.
That would be the thing. I wouldn't care. Like this whole bit of me trying to achieve my amazing off and away goal, my ultimate goal.
Right.
Me achieving that, I'm there is no I'm going to go see what this place looks like and then make a decision. I'm probably not coming back.
Right, which is why I'm saying that it would be nice if you could get away for a weekend or two so that you could spend some time with the people around you that actually mean something positive to you.
I know, but any point of me being away at this point, any point of me being away and spending time, a night or something away, and then having that means of saying, okay, well, I need to go back, okay, there is a growing possibility of me not.
Yeah, I understand. I really do
so
understand
that's like why
you have to give yourself a break.
I get that. No. I hear you and understand.
And the more that you don't give yourself a break, the more that you will actually break. And when you break, it's going to break.
And so that's why, like, when I was leaving for a day, I was coming back that night. Because that reliance on that whole time was supposed to be a weekend. That was supposed to be always supposed to be week. That was always supposed to be weekend.
Right, I remember that. And whenever you told me that a long time ago, I was like, "What in the fuck?"
But on the very first weekend, that never happened.
Right. I remember.
And after that, it was never okay. But I'm gonna do it on this one. It was never one to fulfill that. So it immediately became.
I mean, they literally just threw a doormat over you.
Immediately
right
became completely clear that was never put into place to occur. And so when I had that conversation with them later, oh, we never said that. Never did? Nah, because I specifically said I'm going to be away on weekends because I'm going to keep announcing and I'm going to keep training. And when that didn't happen, I mean, of course, COVID was around, so there was no games or anything, but I stopped announcing.
Right.
Because I couldn't train as hard as I was training, go and announce that same night, and then drive back. I'm passed out somewhere. And so it became abundantly clear that was something that never was. They never were in it. They never were in a capacity to ever fulfill the part of which they wanted. So you get to a point where you start to review the people around you and the people that are supposed to be with you, and you realize they're all doing their own shit.
Right.
And not a consideration or hey, I'm about to go do this thing. Do you need anything while I'm doing that? Or should I do less time here or there because, no, none of that. So I'm keeping things that I'm wanting to do on hold for diminishing. There's a diminishing return in this. And that sounds cold, I get it. But that's where you get mentally when you start to realize, hey, I got X in order to do these things that I want to do. And that's depleting. And, oh, never mind. I have none of that now. Now what? So you have to. So in that mindset, you get to a point where you're like, look, if I got this opportunity to achieve a goal that I've been trying to do for over 2 years, if I have the opportunity to do that, no, I'm not fucking coming back. No, I'm not. Guess what? Sure, you're gonna figure out stuff on your own. You absolutely will, because there's no hand holding now. Okay, I'm gonna be gone. Figure this out. I'm gonna give you a week's notice. Figure this out because I gotta act.
If we're not waiting till the last minute for you to come over here.
Yeah, I gotta act on this. Okay, yeah, you got this, you got that. Well, you're gonna have to adjust. I don't know what. Even
you should have been paying attention to the last 5 years.
Here's more of that icing cherry and everything else on the cake. Even the stuff that we agreed on in that little get together we had, because of how frustrated and everything I was. Even those things, and when that happened, when that all went down.
Right. And
even our 12 listeners know when that all went down, because we skipped an episode night for that. We went 2 weeks dark after our first time we went 2 weeks dark. That was on me because of that. But none of that's ever happened either.
So I think really, honestly, the only option is you inviting me to your holiday get-togethers.
Yeah.
And you just let me go fucking nuts, okay? I'm talking about psychological warfare here.
So that's where mentally I am. When in beautifully, I'm not shitting on your idea in regards to doing videos and stuff like that. But then when I am looking at it, and that's why I was saying there's a lot of things in the background that I've really just never unpacked, because it's a thing of where it just gets me kind of riled up just reliving it in a way.
Fair.
But I feel like you deserve that in order to just know why I would just be a postcard gigolo. because even those things that were like, oh, okay, we can't get
Postcard gigolo.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like even the things, even that little gaslighty. Okay, well, there's nothing we can do about the past now. What can we do about now? Even those things that were agreed upon on what we could do about now has yet to be done. And or at the time when I was saying what needs to be done now, I'm told, yeah, I can't do that. No, I'm not gonna be able. I'm like, okay.
I guess you and I, we've got a different way of handling
like
it.
Your immediate reaction when somebody's telling you this is what I need is, nah, I can't be doing it, and that person's already
right.
done.
And you know what I would say, because I'm an asshole, I would say, well, you really don't have a choice. Okay,
but it's like
here's
that
what it
person's
is.
already.
You're gonna let your parents lay there for 2 days? No.
Yeah, and that person's already done way more than what was originally agreed on. Like
right.
none of this
That's
happened.
exactly what I would do, honestly.
Like none of this happened in a vacuum where I just did things and people weren't aware of it. So
right, you're not just out there like
like so no one is not knowing that I was doing what I was doing and saying what I was saying and going where I was going because I was informing everybody at the time. So for your immediate reaction to be, nah, well, I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't know why you became that. I don't know why you came up with that to have us talking, meeting up to talk about that, because that's just not going to happen.
So now, see, I understand now, because I would be like, fuck you.
Okay, so if that's not going to happen and you still want things to go on the same way it's going on, even though I'm telling you the way it's going on is not what was supposed to and that you should be doing more, but you still don't want to. And so you feel like that.
So, yeah, I understand where you want to just be like, piss off, just fuck it, leave, I'm out.
So I'm letting everything that I'm wanting to achieve go moldy, stale, and die off while you continue to do your lifestyle. And when I'm saying, hey guys,
then why don't you just leave and come? No, I know that you said you only wanted to move once.
Yeah, right. So for me, it is that. It's like I'm focused on achieving my goal.
But don't you think you could get so much more done with your goal if you weren't there living in that?
Yeah, but
not
where?
To say that
but
I want your parents
no.
I don't.
No, it's not even. It's so.
I know this is a deep conversation.
So for me, it is when I say everything is gone, everything is gone.
What do you mean?
Savings gone.
Oh, right.
All that's gone. So everything that I was going to be, I'm just going to fucking go and live off this, that, and the other. All that's gone.
Yeah.
So there is no going and just, doing my thing, because there's no thing to be doing it with. It has all been put into sustaining, and that's the other rub. It's like I went off my own savings to sustain things, but nobody. Okay.
Right. Why is this your responsibility only? Personally, I feel like you should be compensated.
Well, exactly. That was the reason for us to get together. But everyone took offense to that. It's like, why would you be? Oh, so what is?
Then you take care of
so
them,
what is it?
And I'll pay you money.
So what would be? So how much of it would you need? I'm like, okay, wait. So this is a burden to you. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Welcome to my life.
Okay. So you still live in the same. Oh, okay. And you just moved into a new house. Okay. So this is a burden to you to have a conversation. Okay. Cool. Got it. And so for me, in my head, I'm like, if everything of what I am looking to achieve, even to the point of just establishing a new place, is accomplished, then that's what I'm going to do. Oh, God. Hold on a second. Hey.
Yep.
All right.
You good?
Yeah, I had to do tech support. And so
For the residents?
Yeah, and so she uses the intercom to get in contact with me. And I'm literally in the same house. So
yeah, but you're upstairs, aren't you?
Yeah, so I walked downstairs.
Well, we don't need elderlies to do the stairs. Okay.
No, but I just walked downstairs and she's still talking to me on the intercom. I was like, I'm right here. What?
I'm right here. What's up?
She's like, oh, okay.
That's cute.
Oh, yeah, from afar. So
from afar. You're like, really? Are you sleeping in a house with no elderly?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, we got really heavy. Let's just bring it back up a little bit.
Let's bring it back up. Bring it back
we
up.
Not that I don't appreciate this conversation. I do, and I could go toe-to-toe with you for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it's helping. There's not a solution that I can offer you. You know?
No, and I'm not. No. So here's, I never look for a solution from you.
I know that, but I'm a fixer. That's what I am.
Yeah, even though, and I know that it's, and I think that people that genuinely care for other people will be in a mindset, even if they're not for anyone else, even if they're just like, hey, you're trying to change your tire on the side of the road. Best of luck to you and keep driving. But if somebody, if you're that person, you're that person. But some people, if there's somebody that you genuinely care for, you're probably going to help them and try and fix and get into that mindset or at least
show intention and support.
If not just for them. And if not, fix it yourself. At least say, hey, I know somebody, I'm going to send me away. And that's your means of helping or fix or support or whatever.
Right. But this isn't about me at all. I love you and I want you to be happy and I want to be able to see you.
See, now I can say I love you too.
What?
But now I can say I love you too, which brings us full circle to the beginning of this episode.
That's fucking right. Damn. I like that.
I'm amazing.
Yes, you are. That's true.
No, I appreciate it.
So, man.
Okay, uplifting.
Yeah, good Lord.
Okay, so uplifting.
Okay, so we need to talk about sound engineering.
Yes. Okay. Give it to me.
So my wife is amazing.
And
she's not a techie person.
Yes. Okay.
She's not a techie person. But she saw something on TikTok.
Okay.
And it's going to work perfectly for what we need. I don't know how much they are. I don't know. But we're going to be able to have the best sound quality and be on the phone. We don't have to get an editing software if you don't want to.
Okay. I have editing software. That's what I use. But go ahead.
Oh, not bad. Sorry. I don't even know the first one of the editing software or podcasting, whatever.
Oh, cool.
But I also saw that there's this podcasting thing. I've got two computers and one of them's plugged in because I'm janky and the right connector
world.
that I need. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus, I've got two computers. Oh. I've got two computers and a smartphone and a
third world problem.
And a fucking Netflix account. Jesus.
Okay, let me get this plugged in. The mini dock that I need is like $300. So, and I'm not about to spend that.
No.
That's me, buddy. Come on, obviously.
No, because straight up, I was like, why can't we just do this on Google Meets and then just download the audio and use that, whatever.
It's got legs.
It does have legs. Wait a minute.
So it's called Soundtrap, and it's by Spotify.
That just sounds, man. That
Soundtrap.
Yeah, like as soon as I heard trap, I thought about trap music, but whatever.
Oh, they have a free one.
That's what we're about. I don't know if you all know
Can
this.
I get a coupon for that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
If I can get money back, that'd be great.
Yeah, if you're new to the show, let me tell you, we're about free, and we're about free, and we're about making our own sponsors, and we're
Right. So if you need me to try that hemorrhoid cream, you just give me a call.
I mean,
we will talk about it.
Because straight up, Spotify fucked us over with the whole monetization thing. It was like at first we were supposed to get like 50 listeners or something like that, and then we did
what,
that.
Us?
Yeah, and then the whole monetization package opens up or whatever, and then we did that, and then as soon as we did that, that's when things went from Anchor to Spotify for podcasters.
Wait, you've paid money into this?
No.
Okay.
We were supposed to be able to, like.
In the free thing.
Yeah. It's like there's a thing in there, where once you reach these, once you reach this amount of listenership and reach, you're going to be eligible for being an ambassador, so you can run ads doing your podcast.
Oh, okay. I didn't know any of that. I just knew that what we had was shit, and that Anchor went away, and it got absorbed.
Yeah,
I love Spotify. I have a Spotify premium account. I love it so much.
So we were able to just for that, okay, if you got so many people listening, okay, great. Then we're gonna promote your podcast to advertisers, so you can run ads. Okay, cool. So we reached this minimum goal of amount of listeners, but then they changed it to being you have to reach 100 Spotify listeners. Very, very, very specific. At first, it was just listeners, period. And since we're on 5 different platforms, it was kind of like, okay, we're on 5 different platforms. We can get listeners from whatever of all of those. And I think the number was something like 50. But now it's changed to where you have to reach 100 Spotify listeners.
They're trying to grow their brand, and they're hanging a carrot over people's heads.
This carrot's fucked. Because it's reached 100 Spotify listeners within the last 60 days.
So it's always continually got to be growing.
Yeah, and so we're at 15. We're at 15.
We are? We got 3 more?
No, we're at 15. We're at 15 listeners in the last...
I thought it was only 12.
Well, no, it's only within the last 60 days. And so you get, that's how many Spotify, that's what I'm saying, Spotify listeners. Not the other.
Gotcha.
So all the other...
shit.
Yeah, exactly. We got to get 100 Spotify listeners. So
maybe we should look into doing feed pics as, kind of bait to get people in.
Yeah, so all the other listeners, all the other platforms that we're on don't count. They count in regards
Of course it doesn't.
They count in regards...
Isn't that the American dream these days?
They count,
it doesn't count. Oh, okay.
They count in regards to analytics, but they don't count in regards to whether we get to run advertisement or not. So even though we're on Amazon Music, on Castbox, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, only Spotify counts.
Well,
so that's the rub when things change. It was okay, so now now it's only been, the other 4 aren't as beneficial. I mean, they're beneficial in regards to listening and seeing that we got more listeners and for the analytics sake. But in regards to being able to potentially monetize and run ads, we can't yet, because we need 100 listeners. Other than that, we run subscribers, and honestly, we don't have enough. I don't feel like we have enough episodes to tantalize someone to subscribe.
Sure.
You know, I'm just.
I mean, I wouldn't pay for us. Not right now.
I'm just being completely self-aware. We've got 22 episodes right now, and
you can hear 8 of them.
Yeah, we're not gonna make the 52, which would have been if we were doing an episode a week, and that's just because we're people, and this is we have life shit, so.
What?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do?
yeah. I don't know if you noticed that, but we do.
Yeah.
So some of us are wanting to be postcard gigolos. Some people are on scooters. Whatever. We got life shit. So we're eligible to run subscriptions, and that's when we probably can do like some bloopers and probably some tracks that we have.
Oh, hey, do you have access to our audio files?
Yeah.
So even the ones from Anchor?
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, like, I think I hear the gears in your head. We could put it on another platform. It's just one of those things. It's like building up the audience on another platform. After having it already built for 5, that's where I'm sort of like, okay, can we milk as much as we can out of what we got going on? Before we just say fucks. I mean, because essentially what we'll be saying is fuck Spotify. Let's go to whatever, and then we're like, oh damn, I hope we can get on Spotify and we can't. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're kind of on a pretty big platform right now.
So the reason why I was asking is
Mm-hmm.
because we need to get more listeners just in general,
Absolutely.
right? So if we had the audio files, then we could make clips and then send those clips.
So that's what I was going to off-pod to you. It's like, so we do you want to do clips? Hey, fuck it. We're just going to bring our 12 into some production talk right now. Hey, guys, this is how real and raw we are. You hear us talking about how we want to better ourselves. And not just better ourselves, but better how we make the content available for you. Some people might not want to hear us for an hour and a half talk about some bullshit. They just want to hear, give me the funny bits where all they're doing is laughing. So yeah, I was thinking of like, okay, I was thinking of doing episode teasers. And so for again, everybody, this is now becoming this is what happens behind the curtains episode. Fuck off. So
this is the proverbial shit show.
Yeah, so we record our episodes, and then they are released sometime later on the week. Originally, I was like, I'm gonna release them on this day, and then I just got whatever the fuck. I got so rock star.
The thing is about your schedule is that it's so on point all the time, and you know what's coming.
Yeah. I got so rock star about this podcast life. I was like, fuck it, man. I don't care. They'll be happy whenever.
Right. I've been wrecking shit when I come in here. My pencil cup is all fucking knocked over. There's fucking glitter everywhere.
They'll be
There's
happy.
Like a stripper with it.
Yeah. They'll be happy whenever I give them the cake, they'll be happy to eat it. As you get into it's fine, We're raking in all the negative $1 million we're making off of this. So, yeah, I thought, okay, if I listen to some of this stuff and just get like the best funny bits and cliffhanger bits, and then just have that as a teaser, and then people could just hear the teasers and then decide, okay, want to hear more? Click on the episode, and then click on the episode, and they hear us. And I was wondering, okay, yeah, do we do that? Do we do some teaser? Do we do some clips of? And I'm fine with doing that.
Look around and find out. I just sent you a text.
Okay, I'm fine.
I'm ready. I'm telling you, I'm rock star here.
I'm fine with doing it.
Let's fuck it. Who gives a shit? Just put it out there.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
You really can't tell?
Well, it's a small...
Son of a bitch. Hold on.
No, I can now. Wait.
Okay, yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I can now. Because at first it was like a small picture. It was like, okay, I got to click on that so I can zoom in. And at first I was like, is that a... Okay, yeah.
See, I come in here in our rec shop.
No, I get it. Okay.
I'm ready. Put me in, coach.
So I think we started doing stuff like that, working with the content that we got, chopping it up into nice.
Yeah.
Nice
we can
little...
put like glitter sounds on it or something,
Yeah. We can fuck around with the music and little sounds and sound effects and whatnot. Sure.
So we're going to need to share. You're going to need to tell me what software you use for video editing, so I can get good at it too, and then we can each.
Oh, for the audio editing, you mean?
Yeah, audio.
Okay,
sorry.
Christ, if we did video, fuck me.
You would hate it. I would be like, I don't care. Look.
Holy Jesus. I'm in the car. This is the street. She's doing another, holding her phone outside of the fucking vehicle again. Jesus Christ.
Has she started? Oh, she's getting out of the car while it's still going. Okay, yes, that's smart. That's smart.
Fuck ghost riding. I'm just ghosting my vehicle. I'm never going back.
I'm like, I turned on it. Cruise control. It's fine.
Yeah. Fuck you, Elon Musk. And just keep my car drives by itself. How the fuck care? Okay.
So does mine. I have the
So
yeah.
So there's different ways of doing audio, and fortunately, with the setup that we have right now, you can run and do your own audio through the software that we have already that we run the podcast through.
Yeah, but isn't that software Anchor?
Yeah, but
Anchor's no more.
No, it is. Yes, it is. That's what we're still using. It's the same thing. It's just Spotify came through and said, we're going to put our name on it now. It's the same. Yeah, it's the exact. That's the thing to where it was kind of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Because it was Anchor, and at the very bottom, it would have Spotify AB. Copyright 2023, Spotify AB.
Right.
You're like, okay, fine, whatever. It's because Anchor was a Spotify company. And so it's the same thing. They just said, okay, now Anchor is now Spotify for podcasters. And like, why did you make the name longer? And why did
right.
like we already knew it was Spotify. Why?
Well, obviously the Anchor didn't work.
Why did you make it Spotify is now? It's now Spotify for podcasts. That's literally what Anchor was. It was Spotify for podcasters, but they just decided to take Anchor off, and
they want the Spotify name.
But they kept the Anchor little squiggle logo, which is what is in our promo image. They keep all of that stuff. So all they did was just change areas of where that is, and then added a little tweaks here and there, but there's been no major shit that throws anything off. So when you log in, it's the same as before. It's the exact same as before. You still see the episodes, still run the analytics, can still create episodes directly in it. And so if you create episodes directly in it, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And then you can and after you hear what it is you did, you can add music to it. You can do this, that, and the other, and then publish it, and then a new episode or a new teaser or a new oats or whatever, and it's done all the same way.
Right.
The only thing that went off the rails was the use of the app. And the app that was Anchor's thing, it was more app driven than browser driven. So the app, you could do the podcast directly through the app.
Right.
So
that was easier.
Well, when that fell off, that's when things started getting kind of weird. and why we had to revert back to doing it the way we were doing it before. We were using.
You mean with 2 cups and a string?
Yeah, because the app is kind of in a very, very limbo state right now. Like, it still exists, but its functionality has been tweaked to, to where we're not the only ones, is what I've been looking at as well. There's other people saying, hey, this feature is kind of fucked up now, and they're trying to fix it. And for me, I'm just like, why was that something that became a casualty? Because that's literally the feature that was identifiable with this product. So hopefully they fix it. But as a whole, as a resource as a whole, it still has some viability. Because I haven't seen any of the other ones that will push it onto other platforms. We're on 5 different platforms right now.
Right.
In addition to, including Spotify, we're on 5 different platforms, not including the RSS. Can we be on more platforms? Yes, we can.
Well, how many fucking are there?
We could be on a total. We could be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could be on 9 platforms total.
Hey.
We're not on. Okay. So the ones we're not on yet that we could be on, that probably Apple Podcasts. We're not on that. We're not on Overcast. We're not on Pocket Cast, Radio Public, or Stitcher.
The only one that I would really want to be on is Apple.
Yeah, that's same here. And
I'm an Android user, which I know blew me, but whatever.
Right. I don't have an Apple ID.
I have one, but it was from
I need to get one.
Fucking ever ago.
Yeah, I need to get one. I need us to have one. I thought it was set up. Let me see if Past Me did it. and Present Me. Nope. Past Me did not set one up. Okay, cool. I feel better about myself now. Okay.
Is that all it takes?
Yeah, because it would suck if I did do it and just forgot. Because then it put me back in that whole situation of what I was saying. I hope I'm never going to be in. Right. To me, that would be a sign. So yeah, I think that getting this out would be great.
Happy International Beaver Day. There you go. I've remembered. Sorry.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
It's good stuff.
I was gonna respond a certain way, and then I realized it goes both ways. Because if it is a beaver, as much of a beaver it could still be considered an animal, even if it. Because I was going to ask, are we talking about
which beaver?
Yeah, are we talking? Is this?
Dr. Tails.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And then I was like, well.
I got beaver.
Well, if it's just big enough and it's hairy enough as an animal, I guess it can still be called as an animal. When I think of that, all I think about is this chick that I was staring at while I was on the ferry as a kid.
Like an actual ferry, like a male ferry, or like a.
Like going to like you drive your car and you go to some beach.
Go into the boat ferry.
Yeah, you go into the beach thing, right?
I'm thinking about like a.
Yeah. Like.
I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger in that little princess fairy outfit. that's what my head went.
So, I'm on this ferry, This is so rabbit hole, but I swear to God, it deals with beavers.
Okay, hit me.
Well, it deals with the beaver that jumps in my head. So, this lady is got this. You know, she's got this. You know that robe that people wear on the beach, but it's a long robe. But it's thin. Sheer. It's thin. It's not yet sheer, but it's that thin cotton kind of thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Like if it gets wet, it'll be see-through. But if it's dry, then it's somewhat discreet. Well, she didn't have that tied together at all. It was just like
it was hanging out.
Yeah, she was just wearing it like a long coat. And she's on this ferry, and we're just standing out there because, you know, why sit in your vehicle like a serial killer when you can just be hanging off the side of a boat that's going across?
Obviously.
Yeah, going across some water that nobody wanted to build a bridge across. That's basically what a ferry is for. They just said, "Fuck a bridge. We're gonna just get on this ship and we'll take you across."
Okay.
And so she's hanging out, right? Literally. As a kid, I glance over at whatever chick is there. She's in a bikini. She's in a two-piece bikini with this robe on. And I swear to God, it was.
Oh no! Is it like buckwheat and a scissor log?
I swear to God, it was like. It was so much. It was just so. It was making so much of a statement of, you cannot contain me. And it was weird because it was groomed. Like it looked like she got a, you know, like she picked it out and, you know, gave it some volume. Okay. And so the bikini's there and it's on the skin. It's tight. And then you get to the point where it's just right there, it goes across. And that, all I can say is that beaver was like, "Not today, bitch." And it was, of all three means, it was out. It was just so weird. It was just so weird. It was like this, it was this red cotton ball.
Oh, she was redhead.
Yeah, it was this red.
Which is why you were looking. I'm sorry.
It was this red cotton ball, but then it was this weird three-shaped cotton ball because you had this bikini just struggling to keep its shape right in the middle of it.
Right.
And as a kid,
but there's not enough coverage. There wasn't a full coverage situation.
As a kid, I'm just like glancing over. Oh, seagull. Whoa, what is going on there? And it was nobody, you know.
That's how it started, I guess.
Like my Bible thumping.
Good for you.
Yeah, my Bible thumping parents weren't going to explain shit, and I'm just like,
no, nothing.
I'm like, why is that? How is you know when you're getting exposed to something like that, you can't help. You automatically go into a whisper voice, right? You're like, oh my God, why is it? It's so
happening.
It's so poofy. What is happening? Like I couldn't explain it, but poofy. And so when you mention, anytime somebody mentions beaver, that's I'm instantly back to that day. I'm instantly back to looking at this.
How old were you?
I don't. Scarable.
Were you like a kid?
Yeah, like scarable, like never forget it. But
scarable. Oh,
but
okay,
but I have a great. Apparently, I have a great memory. But oh my God, it was so amazing to watch. I was like, wow, look at all of that.
It's glorious.
It's so, but it was so like she combed it out because it wasn't like it was confined in any kind of way. It was volume. It had volume to it.
Like it had product in it.
Yes, exactly. And like she had stuff in it. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. That's what it all.
Identified curl cream. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's what it all looks like. Wow. It looked like, okay, and this is where it's going to get lost. It looked like how Bob Ross's hair looks. But a bikini on the. It was so amazing.
Happy little trees.
I was like, oh wow, this is so bizarre.
What a happy little bush.
Yeah, it was. It was amazing. Amazing beaver. Amazing.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Wow. So, rabbit hole.
Yeah.
What else do we need to talk about?
I don't know. I think that
because we're in it to win it at this point. We could make numerous episodes of it.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, this episode is a cool one. It's we did cover a good bit. I think though we're good with this length amount of time because we're probably on the 2-hour thing once we put the first half in there. So this is probably one of our longest. But we're not a long. We're not a long format content podcast. We're not a short form either. We're kind of in the middle. I was looking, some other podcasts that I do like, and there was one, and one episode was over 6 hours. Like, the fuck is that possible? You should have chopped that up. I mean, his usually run for like 2 to 3 hours. And he'll do part twos, but for some reason with this one, it was like 6 hours. I was like, the fuck, that's gotta be what the fuck? And so I started watching it because I was just curious, like, what the fuck? And I'm not even into 2 hours of it, and I'm already like, yeah, okay, I know. I see why this is 6 hours. I see why this is 6 hours. This is
really
it's so many things happening that it's a very, very interesting thing to watch, because watching his other episodes, there's a cadence, there's a dialogue pattern of back and forth, kind of, okay, here's the question, here's the answer, and we expound upon it, and then we move on. But with this one, it's like that whole rhythm is gone, and it's just he's having to really keep things on track. But then at the same time, it's like it's not even rabbit holes. It's like a really deep therapy fucking shit that's being unloaded. And he has
like you're done listening and you're sweating.
Yeah, like he's sitting there. The host is sitting like, fuck. Like I'm looking at him and I'm just thinking in his head right now. He's going, fuck. I did not know this was about to get unpacked. Like there's things.
So you're gonna have to send me this episode. Don't say it out loud.
Yeah. It's kind of weird because the host and the podcast itself is kind of weird because some of the content is like not necessarily things that I am aligned with, so to speak.
Sure.
But I am one that will always entertain and listen to and respect the fact that somebody's got another point of view. What I come away with it on it being shit or relevant to me is what I eventually come away with, but I won't come away with that until I've actually put the effort into listening. Having an educated response has always been something to me. Because growing up with people that told me of this is how I should be, what I should be doing, how I should be doing it in order to be, in order to glorify the Lord or whatever, it never made sense to me. I wanted to understand it, and so by understanding that, I want to get the Quran. I want to talk to these other people that I was told were heathens or sinners, or
right, we're bad. You need to
make
that decision for yourself.
Okay, I need to go, and so it didn't make any sense to me. It's like, okay, if Catholics are bad, then how did that work out that half of our family are Catholics? That makes no sense. Like, so you're literally spitting on your brother-in-law because somehow your sister married a Catholic and you're okay with that, but they're not really one of God. Okay, that makes no sense. Okay, so for me, I wanted to know what it was about Islam instead of just shitting on Islam.
Right.
Like, okay, let me read this, and if I read this, and if I talk to Muslims, and I come away with my own understanding of, okay, this is shit, then I rather that than just go along with it and never know and just because of somebody else's prejudice, bias, or perspective. And so for me,
right, which goes into the conversation that we need to have.
Yeah. That's going to be the next one. The next one is definitely going to be about that. Yeah, absolutely.
It has to be. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, do you want to call it what it is? Racism?
Yeah, it's racism, but my take and understanding on racism is kind of goes. It goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about. If you're a racist, you're a racist. But I will still talk with you.
Right.
I would still want to understand why. And maybe I won't understand.
And I might not agree with it. I may not ever agree with it.
Yeah. I might not understand it, and highly likely not agree with it. But I'm not going to let that be okay. I'm not going to agree with what you say. I'm not going to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, okay, I want to talk to you, but just keep in mind, I'm not going to agree to whatever you say. Then what's the point of this talking?
Right.
I'm wanting to get some understanding of you. Okay, I'm not even wanting you to change. I'm not trying to even change what it is.
Right. I just want to
I'm not
try to figure out where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make you not a racist. But I'm just wanting to know why you feel that way, why you think that way. And so I go into racism on that same mindset as I was just saying about everything else that I'm into. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, we'll do that. And so that's a good way to end this episode. Thank everybody for listening.
Yeah, thanks for sticking it out with us.
Yeah, and hope it was something that you can find some tidbit of help out of it. Some tidbit. May not be but a bird shit in the hand's worth of it. But maybe you only walk away with like, wow, that was an impressive beaver that chick had. Maybe you only walk away with that. But at least you got all the way to the end.
Walk away with something.
Yeah, you got all the way to the end before you realized that was coming. But
there's always a bright side to everything. You know, I mean, you get scabies, but guess what? You walked away from it. You got something for those scabies. So
yes, that is the end of this episode. Thank you all for listening, and be sure to tune in for 23. We're gonna have a Jordan episode talking about racism, and we need to finish up the part 2 of ADD and weed.
Speaking of, I need to get on that. And and I hope you're writing this shit down because I won't remember.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
But hang on a second.
I'm a hot mess, but I have a great heart. So.
But hang on a second after I say bye.
Okay, bye.
Yes. Okay, everybody. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
See ya.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening. Thanks for giving us your ears. And hopefully you enjoyed our back and forth banter and you'll come back for more. We're going to hopefully we'll have other guests on in the future. But for right now, it's the two of us doing what we do best. Again, the Dinosaur the Dude, hoping you enjoy each and every episode that we bring to you. And again, have a great time. Have a great day, night, evening, wherever you are. And look forward to putting out a new episode for you all to enjoy. All right. Take care.